And then you'll also have a little bead, so that's really nice for popping on the top here, just as a little bit more decoration. Okay, so I think today I'm just going to be drawing some holly on mine, and the main thing really is in how we're going to use these pens to get the best effect on our wood. So you can use other coloured pens as well. In fact, I might get a red biro and do the berries in a red, but you can just use these two pens and your pencil if you want. Now, it might be a good idea to sketch out on a piece of paper your design first. You can rub off on wood, it's just a lot easier to rub off on paper and then transfer your design. So I'm going to just get a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to draw around my piece of wood so I know the size of it. I'm using my pencil to do this. I'm just going to draw all the way around. Obviously decide which side of your wood you'd like to use, decide if you have a favourite side. So I think I'm going to do some holly. Okay, so once I've drawn my design, I'm now going over in pen. Okay, so now I've done this, I'm just going to leave it to dry a little bit because I can see a few of my pencil marks and I don't want to start rubbing over the biro that's going to smudge now. So I'm going to leave it for a bit first. Okay, and now I've left it for a bit, I'm going to use my white pen, and yours might have like a little top on it. Just remove that and you can pop that back on afterwards. Stop it from going dry. And now the key thing with this white pen for filling in is to go really lightly. So I'm going to practice on a bit of dark card, so just check that the ink is actually coming through. You can see that's coming through nice and bold. And the key with this is to actually press really lightly. I know that's almost counterintuitive, but yeah, if you press really lightly, it actually works better. If you press really hard, then it doesn't so much. I would advise just not to cover your whole piece of wood in design, just because actually the wood itself is so beautiful. So you can keep your design fairly minimalist. So like this one here, I didn't cover that much space in the actual pattern itself. I've left enough room to actually see the nice grain of the wood. So I'm going to keep going with this now. If it so happens that actually the white doesn't seem to be coming out anymore, preferably get some dark cards so you can actually see, and just keep going for a few minutes on this, pressing quite lightly, and maybe give your pen a good shake as well, and then the white will start to come out again. Okay, and then with my twine, at the moment it's too thick to get through the hole, so all we need to do is, you'll see it's made up of various little bits. So I'm going to take one of these, cut it, I don't want it all fluffy at one end, I want it a nice neat edge, because then you might even want to wet it before trying to thread it through your piece. Okay, and once I've threaded it through, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to decide how long I want my twine to be. Depends what I want to hang it off. I'm going to tie a double knot. So I'm going to tie it once, and then I'm going to tie it again. hold the bottom and pull tight so that it's just left up there, the knot. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut, not too close to the knot, but I want to cut these two edges off. Then I'm going to pull it so that the knot is right next to the back of my design, okay? And then the next thing is to pop your bead on. So, where my bead is, there it is. Got my bead, it's a lovely wooden bead. And again, you may like to wet the end just so that it's easily threadable. But these are fairly big holes, so it should be able to go through nicely. Then I'm just going to pull my bead down to the bottom. Really nice finishing touch. And there we have my design. So I hope you've enjoyed. Sketch out some ideas, experiment first, and then go on to actually creating your piece.